Good evening and welcome to Paducah, Kentucky's 2010 Christmas Parade. I'm here with my frozen friend, Jessica Perkins. And I'm also here with loads of very brave people who are ready to see the Grand Marshal kick off the parade for this year. Jessica, how many attendees do we have?
You know, I'd say we have a couple hundred people down here. And I know that there are over almost 100 floats in this year's parade, which is a pretty good-sized parade. So I'm looking forward to see what they've come up with.
Well, I think that's our sign. We'll get out of the way and enjoy the parade. Now that the police escort has passed, the Paducah Tillman Junior ROTC leads the way. There go the city dignitaries, led by Mayor Albert Jones, who was mayor here from 1996 to 2000.
And just behind him, we have the county commissioners coming up as well.
Those commissioners include Carol Galt, Gail Kaler, Gerald Watkins, and Richard Abraham.
And our county commissioners include Jerry Beyer, Ronnie Freeman, and Zana Renfro. And I think we have some outstanding seniors coming up not far behind them.
Indeed. Local high schools, Lone Oak, Reedland, and Paducah Tillman.
We have Callie Smith and Jack Courts from Lone Oak.
And Logan Warner and Rebecca Wiley from Reedland.
And here come the Girl Scouts. This is Troop 1128, and they're rocking around the Christmas tree. This is their 6th year.
And do I see Dr. Seuss? I believe.
I think so.
Wow, the blue hair. I'm a fan.
I think this is Cindy Lou Who.
There go thing 1 and thing 2. Well done. Merry Christmas, Sea Plant Federal Credit Union.
And right after them is Amazing Grace Lutheran Church. And they wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And here comes some national champions, the Mayfield Elementary School cheerleaders.
National champions and not any older than 10 years old.
Yeah, it says they range from ages 6 to 10, and they spend plenty of hours practicing every week.
This is their 10th appearance in the Paducah Holiday and Christmas Parade.
It's pretty impressive to get 6 to 10-year-old girls to actually concentrate enough to practice to go to a national championship.
And to be that limber in this frozen, windy weather.
They look very cold. And then we have the Paducah Fire Department. I think they have a warmer spot than the rest of us. They all seem inside.
Certainly the next attendee here at the parade is one that we should point out. The Hugs Project of Western Kentucky. They're supporting our troops. In November alone, they sent $41,000 worth of care packages to our troops.
And they're apparently the second largest group in the country with that program. So they're here in Paducah.
Well done. What would a parade be, Jessica, without men in uniform?
I don't know. I don't think it would be a parade, would it?
I think you would be disappointed if you didn't see them.
I would be. You called me on that one.
Now, that is Americana, if there ever was a thing.
Yeah, I'm very impressed that they can still be in that stance and not be shivering.
Imagine boot camp was a little harder than
college?
a 20-mile-an-hour frozen wind in your face for an hour.
But we've got a lot of young people in this year's parade, a lot of scouts. There's some Cub Scouts coming up.
Indeed. I have to say one thing. I think the dress blues uniform of the U.S. Marine Corps is absolutely one of the most striking uniforms out there.
I agree. And here comes Cub Scout Pack 19 from Hinder and Lone Oak. They've done a great job on their float. They've got lots of lights. And
now, would that be the Grinch, Jessica?
I think so.
He must be trying to catch up to Sea Plant Little Credit Union.
Exactly, and I think that we've got a lot of little Santas
with
their warm Santa hats on.
Those are some brave souls.
And it wouldn't be a parade without Bristol Broadcasting and WKYQ.
And of course, the rabbit. Where's his carrot? Rabbit, where's your carrot?
I know, and I think they need to get him a Santa hat to go with the coat. Now, what was your favorite part growing up? Was it the candy that you got at the holiday parades as a kid?
You know what my favorite memory of parades here were in Paducah were the Shriners. They used to ride go-karts around.
The little cars, I remember that.
That was my favorite part, for sure.
And you couldn't have a parade without the Chick-fil-A cows.
Very true.
And they want to encourage us to eat more chicken this year, less beef.
Now, there's a guy who's keeping warm with his voice.
And they have a new location out by the mall.
You know, Antique Tractor Club. We see them. We see antiques a lot downtown, but I've never seen a tractor.
Well, and
downtown.
They're dedicating to actually restoring the antique tractors so they can be used in events like this. So that's pretty noble task.
Nice. And Electric 96.9, Bristol Broadcasting.
Avoiding the
live from Yeiser Art Center here in Paducah, Kentucky.
And just behind them, we have more Girl Scouts.
Actually, Jessica, I think
Boy
these
Scouts?
are Boy Scouts.
Sorry.
You know, this is Troop 1 from Grace Episcopal Church in Paducah, Kentucky. Did you know that this is the 100th anniversary of Boy Scouts in America?
I did, and this is one of the oldest troops. Were you not in Troop 1?
I was.
I thought you were.
I was, but I didn't make it to an Eagle. But listen, 100 years. They've just dedicated a mural downtown.
It is. It's right on the
with Troop 1 being depicted. And look at those campaign hats. Just like the troops back in 1910. Much more military style uniforms back then, and I like to see that they're keeping it around.
Well, it's really impressive that a community like ours can keep a troop around, because that troop's been around 100 years, hasn't it?
And actually, Paducah's Troop 1 is the 7th oldest continually running Boy Scout troop in the nation.
Oh, and then here's something coming up. It's a little way up. The Paducah Tillman
Band of Blue.
And they are singing Joy to the World with 87 members and still growing. You know, I was trying to remember if I ever was in the holiday parade. I wasn't in band, but do you remember if you all were? I guess you were as a Boy Scout.
As a Boy Scout, I was. I was never in the band either. But I tell you what, I really respect the rhythmic talent of that drum line. Listen to that, folks.
And you know, Tillman has had a pretty impressive band for quite a few years. They've gone to some championships and done very well. Looks like they've got a great group this year too.
You hear that drum line, Jessica?
I do. I think the bands are my favorite part of the parade.
That's a hard argument to go against.
You couldn't have a parade without the drum line.
Putting a little soul into it, too.
I know. That's a great group of students. You know, we've really got some great city schools here in Paducah. We're very lucky.
Indeed. Diversity. I mean, how can you not dance to that?
I know, I'm actually already tapping my knee, or shaking my knees.
That's right. Thank you, Paducah Tillman.
We've got the Flag Girls. And here comes the Tot School from the Paducah Park Service, serving 3 to 5-year-olds, and it prepares them for kindergarten this year. And they look like reindeer. And I would just like to send out a special thank you to our Paducah police, who keep us safe, and led by Chief James Berry. They've got a hard job, and this year it looks
There's
like
your K-9 unit right there.
it looks like we've also got the SWAT and bomb squads represented. And the Fraternal Order of Police.
And up next, we have the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 15.
And they like to remind everyone to have a safe holiday.
Now that's a suit. Looks like the bomb squad, actually. You know, Jessica, I don't know about you, but when I was down on the riverfront watching the Delta Queens and the riverboats come down, they use these little devices right here to go aboard and do test runs.
That's awesome.
For bomb diffusement.
Okay, the best part about the bomb squad is that their bomb diffusers have reindeer antlers.
That is the best part.
You don't see that everywhere. There's
Is
some
that
of
Gruff?
our favorite police officers, and McGruff the crime dog.
Up next, we have Easter Seals.
And the Easter Seals is a great program in Paducah. If you're not familiar with them, they serve our special needs community very well. So we just did a telethon, and they raised a lot of money for that organization.
Wonderful event. This is the Whoville Palooza. Jessica, I don't think that we saw our last Grinch of the night.
I don't think so either. That seems to be the theme this year.
He's downsized a little bit. He's been working on the treadmill, it looks like to me.
There's lots of Cindy Lou Who's. And I think our theme this year is the Christmas music galore, so that might be where the famous Grinch song was the inspiration, I'm sure.
Have you seen Jim Carrey as the Grinch?
I have, but it's been a long time. And that's an organization we can continue to support throughout the year.
Indeed.
Easter Seals West Kentucky.
And there's a nice child development center that was opened within the past 5 years anyway.
You're right. Well, they do a great job of employing, giving special needs people jobs.
Indeed. All right, Jessica, now we have the United States Postal Service.
Yes,
Paducah Carrier Annex. I tell you what, I really respect those postmen. Days like this,
I
they
know.
continue to deliver.
This would not be the day I wanted to deliver Christmas cards, but we couldn't
Oh
do
my
without
goodness!
them.
I think I know that mailman.
Yeah.
He used to deliver the mail down here at our office.
He's also in a great band called the.
Well, he was with Lou Jatan actually for a little while. I know
Okay.
that in 61 South.
Adam and the H-Bombs. That's who he's with.
All right.
And here comes the Fair Queen, the McCracken County 2010 Fair Queen, Kelsey Champion.
Daughter of Blake and Kim Champion.
And it looks like she will be competing in January for the state crown. So
Indeed.
I'm going to wish her good luck. She's a graduate of Lone Oak High School.
And now the River Discovery Center. This is the Steamboat Calliope, restored 1920s Calliope. It was previously used in the Columbia Theater on Broadway.
And you know, that's a great museum and organization as well.
In fact, I think all Paducah residents, if you haven't been to the River Discovery Center, you should see it. Paducah's lifeblood is the river. And to know about your own community, you should come down and see the wonderful interactive exhibits.
That's exactly what I'm glad you mentioned that, because they've got a lot of fun exhibits that have been added in the last couple of years.
One of which I think is a simulator, correct? That is a virtual reality simulator. You can take a barge, you can take
like you're on the river.
Speedboat, and it's actually simulated with correct to scale. You could go from St. Louis to Paducah and see all the details on the bank.
That's awesome.
Hey, there's your Girl Scout troop, Jessica. Troop 927.
And you know, Girl Scouts is a great organization. It gives women, young women, a good chance to learn from other women about careers and talents and various things. We have our first nativity scene, which is appropriate for the Christmas parade. I think this is New Hope Church. And it looks like and sounds like they've got a Christmas show coming up next weekend. So you want to check them out.
Star of Wonder, Star. Fountain Avenue United Methodist Church is next up. Fountain Avenue, Jessica, when I say Fountain Avenue, what comes to mind for you?
Home.
Home. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the city's got a great program for people who want to live in restored historic homes. Many of them, some of them are actually new builds. And if you're interested, you can go to the city's website, paducahky.gov.
Well done.
And actually, I think the kids decorated their own float this year. The kids from Fountain Avenue United Methodist Church. So that's
Greg
pretty
Waldrop
impressive to
is
get them involved with that.
Greg Waldrop is the reverend there, correct?
Uh-huh. And that's a church that's very involved in the community and service. And right behind them, it looks like we have the Paducah Power Systems. Is that the one with all the lights, you think?
The blinking lights. I believe this is the Easy Money Shop.
Gotcha.
They actually raise money for the Purchase Area Sexual Assault Center.
That's
and
a
in
great
past
cause.
years, they've helped numerous families during Christmas as well.
Yeah, the Purchase Area Sexual Assault Center is not something people talk about a lot, but it's an organization that serves a lot of desperate needs.
It's amazing how much need we do have in the community that sometimes goes unrecognized.
Exactly. And now we have the Paducah Power System. They serve 22,500 customers in Paducah and McCracken County.
And, you know, they always donate the power for Noble Park's lights.
That's wonderful.
Christmas lights that they keep up throughout November and December.
And they've done a great job with their float. They've got a very funky little Christmas tree.
Kind of New Orleans-esque, if you ask me, Jessica.
Very well done. And we have more radio stations, 94.7. You can probably hear them from the double Q. And you know, Bristol's been very involved in a lot of community events, sponsorships for a lot of the arts things going on, and different festivals such as the Lowertown Art and Music Festival. And I think they do quite a bit of promotion for the Barbecue on the River Festival.
Indeed.
So it's nice when you have locally owned stations groups like
This
that.
is Pizza Inn, Jessica. I don't know about you, but I love their thin
Dessert?
crust buffet chicken, green pepper, and pineapple pizza.
They're not too bad on the dessert pizza either, if you like sweets.
All right, we talked about antiques earlier. It was an antique tractor that passed us by. Now we've got
A whole series of these cars.
Now this is what the 1940s Paducah downtown would have seen, eh?
I think so. Yeah, I like the lighted wreaths on the grill. Didn't you do that to your car this year?
A what?
Didn't you put the wreaths and the lighted wreath on your front of your car this year? Yeah.
Hey, you know what that reminds me of? My childhood bathtub.
Really?
I mean,
In what way?
and I mean that totally in a respectful way. It's the colors. It's the color scheme.
Oh, well, the retro is very in, so.
Actually, I have a deep respect for those people who are able to restore antique cars.
I do as well because I know nothing about cars.
Me either.
And here's Bellevue Baptist Church. And they've got a nativity scene. It looks like we've got some angels. And is there a baby Jesus in there? And right behind them, we've got Cub Scout Pack 20, and they are in Lone Oak. It's a group of 40 boys in grades 1 through 5.
You know, the Pinewood Derby always comes to my mind when I think about Cub Scouts.
You know, although I never was a Cub Scout, my brother was, so I remember my dad and my brother creating their little cars
Man,
together.
that was the highlight of my Cub Scout experience. Although, I think I was in last place most of the time.
I was going to ask you if you'd ever won, but
My cars were too heavy.
Now here's a good float. This is it Parkview?
This is Pack 20.
Oh, this is still Pack 20.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Wow, look at that get up.
That's
must
a
have had a-
very
they must have had a
well-done
carpenter on
float.
board for that
I
one.
know.
And then smoke.
Wow, I'm telling you, some people did a
Hey, they got
put
a
lot
fire.
of work.
Jessica, let's go
Oh
hop
my
on.
gosh. They put a lot of work into these floats this year. This is the volunteer fire department from Hendron. That's a big dedication to volunteer your time to do that.
Wow, you know, this reminds me, I'm going back to my childhood days, of course, but the color of that fire truck
Yeah?
used to have toys. It's been a long time since I've seen a fire truck that's
That was that color?
the color of.
Well, look at these little
Oh wait,
cars.
these aren't Shriners.
No, these are just
These aren't Shriners. This is these are folks with Independence Bank.
Yeah, I love the quirky things in parades, the things you don't see every day. I don't know about you, Fowler, but my hands are cold.
Mine are as well, and I just keep thinking about those that Marine and Navy and Army float.
And what they're going through.
Those guys couldn't even move.
I know.
Makes me feel warm just thinking about it.
It could always be worse, couldn't it? And here's the Red Cross.
The American Red Cross, the Paducah area chapter.
And I hope everyone remembers to go give blood. You never know when you'll need it someday, so to have contributed
Indeed.
will go towards that cause.
You know, the American Red Cross was vital during the 1937 flood. They came in and provided relief to victims of the disaster, and actually there's a monument on Jefferson Street dedicated to the American Cross.
Yeah, they've got we have a good history here of service in Paducah. You know, people have gotten really creative with their floats. I think they've done a great job. Lots of lights, lots of costumes. And one of my favorite places, G&O Pharmacy, is coming up.
Oh, yes.
Great hamburgers, good pharmacy and
very
services.
Distinct hamburgers.
That's right. We have the Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 7. That's an organization that's dedicated to providing services to other veterans.
And this is Stratmeyer Media with 98.3 K98. Reminds me of the summer festival, nice and warm.
Oh.
That hot air balloon.
Yeah, a little different time of year.
It is.
It's a lot of good music this year.
I know it. Makes me want to sing.
I won't join you in that. You're on your own.
I'll spare you, Jessica. I'll spare you. Jessica, do you know what's coming up here?
Is it Girl Scouts?
Girl Scouts.
Yes. And you know there is an amazing event coming up January the 30th called Desserts First, and that goes to help all the Girl Scouts in our region. It's at the Carson Center, and you actually get to eat desserts made out of Girl Scout cookies. That's all done by our local restaurants, so you'll see representation from downtown and lower town, as well as some of the places out by the mall.
Nice.
Oh, they've even got live music. They went all out.
I think that's the first float we've had with live music.
I think you're right. And then we have St. Paul Lutheran Church.
Located at 21st in Kentucky.
And you can't forget them at barbecue when they do their kettle corn.
Oh, yes. Another Cub Scout pack.
There's a lot of scouts this year.
This is sponsored by Concord United Methodist Church. 41 Cub Scouts in this pack.
It's impressive.
A lot of Cub Scouts, it seems like.
I know.
I'm glad to know that there's a
Seems
good
like they're very active
recruiting
here.
pool for the Boy Scouts.
No kidding. And I love the garland around this girl. She's, oh, I know that lady. Very festive.
Whoa, is this a school bus
I think
transformed
it
into
is.
a piano?
It's the Paducah Public Schools Transportation Department.
Oh.
Now that might be the most impressive float that I've seen so far.
You know how
really
many
went
kids
all
that they
out.
transport per day?
How many?
2,000.
That is amazing. That's such a nice service for parents, too, to not have to worry that their kids are safe going to school.
Tell you, we take bus drivers for granted, that's for sure.
That's true. And it sounds like they've actually got a Wurlitzer model jukebox on board. Very impressive.
Hey, wait, they got bubbles coming out the back.
Oh. Now that's a good float. I'm very impressed with that. More little cars. I think the Morgan Elementary cross-country team just went past us. It's 3rd and 5th graders that train 3 days a week to compete in 1-mile runs.
Hey, Jessica, did you know that every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings?
Yes, I'm very familiar with that movie.
She's definitely gotten her wings.
I think so. Now, is this a princess of some sort? On the... No, she's an angel. The Promised Son. It looks like they're promoting their Christmas musical production at the Carson Center on December the 18th.
Jessica, this is one of my favorite my favorite antique cars. This is
Me
Kirchhoff's
too.
Bakery.
It's also
1936
my favorite baker.
Ford Kirchhoff delivery truck.
Yum. They make great specialty and artisan breads. Oh, and even their dogs have costumes.
Nice. And we
And
got
they
more
even-
live music coming up.
I know. This is the Solid Rocket Boosters.
Have you heard the Solid Rocker Boosters before?
You know, you can catch them every now and then at Doe's Eat Place downtown.
They play rockabilly.
They're a Paducah favorite for sure.
Nice.
Great
well done.
addition to
We
this
love
year's parade.
We love live music. Thank you, Solid Rocket Boosters.
And more. And then we have the Concord Fire Department.
You know what? I love having this parade at night, almost for this reason,
Just
because of
for
the lights.
I know it is appropriate. Everyone always wonders why you do it at night because it's so cold, but the lights are definitely better in the evening.
Boy, I'd have some gigantic wings if sirens were bells.
You know, we've got a lot of dedicated service professionals in our community for fire and police and the Paducah power systems. All these people make our community great. And what a great environment to have a parade in historic downtown Paducah.
I know it.
You've
There's-
been really involved with
Well,
some of
there's-
the projects going on, and
There's no replacing a Broadway corridor, is there?
no, you could not do this in other parts of our town.
No.
That's for sure.
I mean, being flanked by nice buildings on each side. Wonderful.
And here is Heath High School's band, another great award-winning band in our community.
The Pirates of Christmas. No, that's not the band name, but I'd like to see
But
a
it
pirate
could
wear
be.
a Christmas hat.
I think so.
Hey, they are wearing Santa Claus hats, pirates. Hey, is that Captain Jack Sparrow?
Where? How am I missing this? That is a cold group of students. got the Legacy Personal Care Home. You know, there's a lot of great places to come on a cold night in downtown Paducah. There's 14 locally owned restaurants. Several of them will be open tonight, such as Di Fratelli and Doe's, Max's,
all within
Cynthia's.
a nice walking distance. The
Yes.
wonderful thing about downtown, Jessica, that I love is the compactness of everything.
You're right.
You could park in the municipal parking lot at 2nd and Broadway and be
easy
within
walk.
a stone's throw of many different restaurants,
Right.
nightlife, and some wonderful shopping.
Looks like we have some more Dr. Seuss floats coming up. Oh, it's the first Cat in the Hat I've seen today, too. And then it looks like we've got the bowling group, the Cardinal Strike and Spare Youth Bowling. These are students who have been entering high school and state bowling tournaments, led by volunteers.
Jessica, we've got somebody who knows how to keep warm. Number one, he's in a covered suit. Number two, he's dancing.
I know. I think we might have to start dancing soon.
He's getting a little froggy.
I haven't seen the infamous line dancers yet. I know they're in the parade, but they haven't come up yet. And right behind them, we have the Merriman House, which is a crisis center.
They've served over 1,800 victims. Also a need that we rarely acknowledge or recognize.
They're serving victims of domestic violence. Speaking of dancing, we do have the Night Moves Dance Club.
Nice.
I think they're coming right up.
Now, we see them often at downtown after dinner, don't we?
You do. Every Saturday night throughout the summer. And they're a fun group that just likes to get out and dance and have a good time together.
A good way to lower your cholesterol as well, I do believe.
Great way to meet people, too. There's a lot of great lights. That's my favorite part of Christmas, are all the lights.
Jessica, have you gotten any candy yet?
I haven't. I'm hoping someone will just come by and give me a hot chocolate and shove some candy in my pocket.
Hey, that'd work for
Because
me.
my hands are too cold to grab. And then it's Highland Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Got a lot of churches represented this year. So, Fowler, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
That's a really tough question, Jessica.
Are they all your favorite?
You know, when I think about it, each float that comes by playing Christmas song, I must agree with you. That's just an impossible question. That's like, being a
It's
soda.
hard to pick a favorite.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. Now, this is the Bandits coming along. Of course, Pack 7, another Cub Scout troop. They're actually St. Mary Elementary third graders.
That's awesome. And then the Bandits are a girls softball team out in Reedland. It looks like they've been doing fundraising this year to benefit Women Awareness and Spouse Abuse Center in Paducah.
Hey, Jessica, do you mind if I hop on their float and
No.
and take the scarf from the snowman
No,
and use it
you're
for
not
myself?
leaving me here. That looks like a great group of girls, though. Staying active. And more representatives from service. It looks like the Lone Oak Fire Department is coming up.
Also volunteer department.
I'm really impressed with the volunteerism that's been represented in this parade. A lot of people with busy lives making time for things.
Perched atop the Lone Oak Fire Department truck is not Snoopy, but a Dalmatian.
Oh.
Where's Cruella?
You know, that would make it complete, wouldn't it? Looks like he's safe from Cruella, though. I hear the motorcycles from the Free Spirit Motorcycle Ministry Group. They are the largest biker group in Kentucky.
I believe it.
I do too.
When I go down to the Finkel store at 2nd in Kentucky, you see a long line of hogs and motorbikes
and you hear a long line of them usually.
Yes, indeed.
They've got a great group, and I think their float was titled Highway to Heaven. So pretty appropriate for what they're doing.
Very well represented as well.
There's a lot of them. And there's Charlotte and Ike from Lowertown Working Artist Studio. Hey, I almost got a ride out of here. You about lost me. She offered me a warm seat.
Don't worry, Jessica. I can handle it by myself.
We've got represented West Kentucky Masons, Paducah Lodge 127. And the Boy Scouts. Cub Scouts Pack 18 from Reedland.
Reedland High School Band.
There has been no shortage of good music today.
I hope they all have gloves on, carrying a brass instrument around.
I know. Their lips must be numb.
Couldn't help you keep warm, for sure.
And they've lit their instruments up appropriately. And then Girl Scout Troops 1738. Or no, this is the Cub Scouts. I did it again.
Are you biased against Cub
No.
Scouts?
This is why this is not my career. And now we have the Girl Scouts.
Where is this troop from?
Well,
Hendron Lone Oak?
it looks like they're from Hendron Lone Oak Elementary School. And they're in their pajamas.
Hey, you can't blame them, can you?
I know, it sounds comfortable. You know, there really are a lot of people out tonight, which is great.
Indeed. Speaking of people out, there's one really interesting person. Mr. Butler, I don't know if we can get a shot of him or not, but he's down there on the sidewalk.
Oh,
here he comes.
Make an appearance.
Wait, he's coming to you.
Santa on stilts.
Santa
you don't get
on
that
stilts.
everywhere.
All right, now that's the first time I've seen a flat screen. Flat screen. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Your
Oak
McCracken
Grove
County
Baptist
4-H. 4-H is the world's largest youth organization.
A lot of excited parade participants this year. And then we've got the Faith Weavers. Looks like they're from Reedland United Methodist Church. It's a good group of kids. And after them is the Paducah Composite Squadron, the Civil Air Patrol.
What do you know? More volunteers.
I know, and it looks like they actually locate missing aircraft in the continental United States. It's a pretty impressive job. Youth and adults alike.
Jessica, I'm going to give you the honor of introducing this
Girl Scout Troop 781, the Brownies and the Daisies. This is a group of students from Hinder and Lonoke Elementary. They're in 1st and 2nd grade. And you know, these kids have been standing outside for over an hour, and I think they have managed to do pretty well considering they're young and probably have numb fingers.
And not only that, but Jessica, you and I, we have our back to the wind.
Yeah,
these folks coming down Broadway toward the river are going straight into the wind.
No, but aren't they a good group of girls?
Now that is a well-represented group of girls.
Here is the Academy of Movement and Performing Arts, and they're going to be performing and traveling to Orlando this summer to compete at the national level.
Hey, Orlando sounds good right about now.
Yeah, so we've got a few more dancers in this year's parade. And that's a lot of little girls. Those teachers have their hands full, I think.
Are those reindeer, Jessica?
I think so. Oh, and it's a mule with a
Oh, it's a mule. I thought they were Girl Scouts.
I'm never going to live down the Girl Scout. I am sorry to every Boy Scout in this city now. Oh. We're getting pretty close to the end, it looks like.
There's a weather-appropriate Poochie right there.
Hey, is that Tony Tomato I see? Oh. See? That dog had a very warm coat. Tony Tomato and pals from Fazoli's.
No, those are the reindeer.
Those are genuine reindeer.
Hey, this is the man himself we've all been waiting for. Kris Kringle.
It is.
St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, whatever you'd like to call him.
Into the parade.
We definitely are at the North Pole tonight.
Have you been good this year? Do you have a good list for Santa?
I don't know. Let's ask him.
I think you'd be honest. You're being televised.
I think he'd be polite, probably.
I think he would be. Santa seems pretty gracious.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
And not to be forgotten, the Paducah Santa House downtown at the ice rink. You can go have your picture taken with Santa Claus on Fridays from 5 to 7 and on Saturdays from noon to 7.
'Tis the season for shopping.
And it's a free service.
Well, it's been cold.
It has, but it's been a pretty fun hour, hasn't it?
Very lively. Very lively.
Great group of people, lots of volunteers, lots of great services and floats.
And enough energy to keep you warm,
I
for sure.
think so. I think now I'm going to go warm up with some hot chocolate and some food. How about you?
Hey, I'll join you,
All
for
right.
sure. Have a Merry Christmas.